Hey, ever looked up at the night sky and felt a sense of wonder? A feeling of being incredibly small in something unimaginably vast? So what's outside the universe? What lies beyond the cosmos, beyond the furthest galaxies we can observe? I know, that question just zaps your brain, doesn't it? It's one of those questions that seems simple on the surface, but the more you think about it, the more complex and mind-boggling it becomes. I mean, if the universe is everything, then what's it expanding into? Where is it all going? Is there some kind of cosmic empty room, an infinite container that the universe is growing inside? Is there something beyond the darkness we perceive? Let's start with what we know. Let's ground ourselves in the scientific understanding we've built over centuries of observation and experimentation. The universe, everything we can see, touch, or even imagine, started with the Big Bang, about 13.8 billion years ago. A moment of incredible energy and density that birthed space, time, and all the matter we know. Since then, it's been expanding. The universe has been in a constant state of growth and change, but it's not really expanding into anything, and that's where the confusion often begins. That's the mind bender. It challenges our everyday intuition about how things work. See, when I hear the word expanding, I can't help but picture a balloon blowing up, stretching into the air around it. It's a natural analogy, but it's also a misleading one. But the universe isn't like that balloon. There's a crucial difference that we need to understand. There's no outside air. There's no pre-existing space for the universe to expand. Space itself, the very fabric of reality, is what's getting bigger. The space between galaxies is increasing, not because the galaxies are moving through space, but because space itself is stretching. Imagine dots drawn on a balloon's surface. These dots represent galaxies scattered throughout the universe. When you blow up the balloon, the dots move apart. Not because they're traveling across the surface, but because the surface itself is stretching. The distance between any two dots increases as the balloon inflates. Now imagine that surface is all there is. No air, no room, just the surface. The dots are confined to the surface, and their entire reality is defined by it. That's our universe. We are like those dots embedded in the fabric of space-time. So, what's outside? What exists beyond the confines of this expanding surface? As far as science knows, nothing. At least, nothing that we can currently detect or comprehend. Not empty space, not even a vacuum. Because even a vacuum is still a region of space, albeit one with very little matter. Just no space at all. The absence of anything we could define as existence. It's not like there's a cosmic wall with a giant "do not enter" sign. There's no physical barrier separating our universe from something else. The universe doesn't have an edge or a border. It's not a contained object with a defined boundary. Asking what's outside is kind of like asking, what's north of the North Pole? It's a question that doesn't really make sense within the framework of our understanding. It's not just a place you can go further than, it's where the map simply stops making sense. It's a limit to our current ability to conceptualize the nature of reality. But, and here's where things get weird. Some theories suggest there could be more. Some physicists and cosmologists have proposed ideas that go beyond our observable universe. Maybe our universe is just one bubble in a vast cosmic foam, what's called the multiverse. A collection of countless universes, each with its own unique properties. If that's true, then maybe there are other universes, each with their own laws of physics floating in some unimaginable space. Universes where gravity is stronger, where time flows backward, or where entirely different forms of matter exist. But, and this is a big but, these ideas are just that, ideas. They are theoretical constructs based on mathematical models and extrapolations from our current understanding of physics. Right now, there's no evidence, no way to peek outside our universe, no window to look through. We are limited by the observable universe, the region of space from which light has had time to reach us since the Big Bang. So when you hear that the universe is expanding, remember it's not stretching into something else. It's not filling a void that was already there. Space itself is getting bigger, like the surface of that balloon. The very fabric of space-time is expanding, carrying galaxies along with it. What's outside the universe? It remains one of the greatest unanswered questions in science. As far as we know, nothing. But that nothing is perhaps the most profound and challenging concept of all. But the strangest thing about asking that question? The very act of contemplating the unknown. It makes me realize just how wild, mysterious, and mind-blowing reality really is. It pushes the boundaries of our imagination and forces us to confront the limits of our understanding. Stay curious, keep asking questions, even the ones that seem impossible to answer. Because sometimes the best answers are the ones that leave you wondering. The questions that inspire us to explore, to discover, and to push the boundaries of human knowledge.